Hi, I'm Sarah Cudmore from Collage App. I'm here to talk about reviewing our children's learning, which can happen at any time. But as it's the end of the school year, I thought I would film a short video about what and how I do it. So we review what we do naturally all the time in our everyday life. And, learning is about the ability to consciously modify understandings, beliefs and actions in response to evidence, experience and our reflections. So in the homeschool environment, we are obviously doing this naturally most of the time. But in terms of keeping a record of this, we don't tend to. Maybe it feels too schooly, but if I was honest, it's a useful tool to be able to look back and see how the journey evolved and understand the importance of reflection as part of that process. So by involving your child in this, you are putting them at the centre of their learning. They become autonomous in their thoughts and their feelings, and you are enabling them to become a self-directed learner, which is obviously the end aim of home educating. So in our house, we review learning at the end of the summer. Now that is just because we are in that cycle. We came out of the school system at the end of an academic year, and whilst we let go of most of the structures of the school system, we kept the school year cycle for review purposes. But there are many people that review on a termly basis, and there is nothing to stop you reviewing at any point in the year or as many times as you want to. And it's a particularly good tool to use if things don't feel right and you don't feel like you're going in the right direction. So as we use collage to collect our learning moments across all areas of learning, we print a little report of what we've done. And although we can do that on screen, we've taken to printing it as the children really like their printed journals. They put them in their treasure chest, and they're a little reminder of like the awesome year that we've had home educating. We do a little review with each child separately as it's more personal. We give the children time to go through their report, and they use little Post-it notes to highlight special moments. And we use different colours for different things. And this works well as they get older. For example, like we'll use pink moments for anything that they found that's really good, and green for anything that they want to grow in, any development areas that they want. So we also use the following questions to sort of initiate chat about these. So we'll talk about, what were some of your favourite moments this year? Why were they so good? Were there any tricky moments, and why were they tricky? And what can we learn from those tricky moments? We'll record the conversation with their consent, and we add it to their collage portfolio. This just saves writing it down, but you can do either of these things. And if your child enjoys typing, then they could type their own responses as an upload. And then we start to think about the future learning and ask some of the following questions, like, where do you learn best? And is there a specific time in the day when you feel more active in your learning, or does that change throughout the day? And what kinds of things do you enjoy learning most about? And then what would you like to learn? What goals would you like in the forthcoming year? And with their goals, we'll add these using something like, we often use Trello, which is like a free app, which is really nice because you can add the things you're working on and move them across, just drag them across when you've done them. So we'll use Trello for that. And we've also added it in their little bio learner section at the beginning of their collage app too. Goals can be really simple, or they can be more complex, and that really should evolve from the child's thoughts about their learning, as these will be like much more meaningful, and they'll create a powerful reason for learning what they are learning. We've also got within collage, we've got the activity feed, which is really great because some people do like to do like a weekly review. And I think this gives you the option depending on your learner. Some children have additional needs, and waiting, to do a review once a year can seem too long. And actually those short-term moments and reviewing those and checking out your goals and seeing how far you are is much more relevant. Reviewing learning has nothing to do with meeting local authority requirements, as we have already explained, but it is really useful if you do have any kind of review with any kind of professional body, as it shows that how involved your child is in their learning, and it shows progress against their own milestones. An example of this might be if you're trying to achieve any kind of support for a child with additional needs. And it's also really useful for children who may be homeschooling for a short period of time with the intentions of them going back to school. So I hope that was really useful. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to email them to me at hello@collageapp.co.uk. And until next time.